standard spectrometer, a glass prism and a monochromatic light source are used to determine the refractive index of the glass. Part A. A few necessary adjustments are to be done to the spirometer before starting the measurement. Part 1. What is the adjustment that should be done to the eyepiece lens? We have to adjust the eyepiece lens to see clear view of the crossfire. Then we can write part A. Adjust the eyepiece lens to see crossfire clearly. In part 2, telescope is pointed to a distant object and it is adjusted until a clear image of the object is formed on crossfire. What is the purpose of this adjustment? To obtain parallel rays. To obtain parallel rays. To obtain parallel rays. In part 3, what is the adjustment that should be done on the slit of the collimator? Slit should be adjusted such that narrow and vertical. Then part B. In order to level the prism table, prism is placed as shown in the figure 1 and the screws PQ are adjusted. Part 1. When the telescope is at position T1, the screw Q is adjusted to obtain a symmetric image of the slit on crossfire. When the telescope is moved to position T2, which screw should be adjusted to get the symmetric image of slit? We have to adjust screw P. In part 2, a student stated that leveling of prism table could easily be done using split level. Is this statement correct? Briefly explain the answer. No, it is incorrect. We have to level prism table relative to the collimator. It should not horizontal relative to telescope or table. It should horizontal relative to the collimator. Therefore, we can write answer no. Prism table should level relative to collimator. Part C. When the telescope is at position T1 and T2, the readings of spectrometer are 279 degrees and 58 minutes and 38 degrees and 2 minutes respectively. Note that telescope passes the zero of main scale when it is moved from T1 to T2. Calculate the prism angle. We know that when getting these two partially reflected light rays, this angle is twice of prism angle. Then we have to get half of this angle. Then we have to find the theta value. When finding theta value, first of all we have to draw the image to represent the position. In the first reading is 279. We know that this point 0 degrees, 90, 180, 270, again 360. First reading is 279 degrees and 58. It is like this. 279 degrees and 58 minutes. Then second reading is 38 degrees and 2 minutes. 38 degrees and 2 minutes. We have to get this angle, not this part. If we are subtracting, we can get this angle. It is not the theta angle, 11 theta angle. Then we have to get theta value. We can get 38 degrees and 2 minutes is this angle. We have to add this part to this angle. When adding this part, it is 360 minus this value. This value is representing angle from 0 to this point. Then 360 degrees minus 279 degrees and 58 minutes. Now we can simplify it. 38 degrees, 2 minutes plus. When subtracting this one, we can consider 360 degrees is 359 degrees and 60 minutes. 279 degrees and 58 minutes. Now 38 degrees and 2 minutes plus we can subtract 60 minus 58, 2 minutes, 9 minus 9, 0, 15 minus 7, 8, 80 degrees and 2 minutes. Now we can add the angles. Theta value is, we have to add these two values, 2 plus 2, 4 degrees, 8 plus 0, 8, 3 plus 8, 11, 118 degrees and 4 minutes. It is theta value. We know that prism angle is A, it is theta divided by 2. 118 degrees and 4 minutes divided by 2. 11 divided by 2, 5. 1 remaining, 18 divided by 2, 9, 59 degrees and 2 minutes. It is the prism angle. Then part B, to determine the angle of deviation of the light ray. By the given glass prism, a student measured the incident and emergent angles I1 and I2 respectively as shown in the figure. The graph shows the variation of I2 with I1. Part 1. Write down an expression for the angle of deviation in terms of prism angle A and angles I1 and I2. We have studied in theory part. We can consider angle of deviation. If this one is I1, this angle I1, and we can get this angle is R1. Then deviation for the first surface D1. We can write deviation for the first surface I1 minus R1. I1, this angle equal to this full angle because of vertically opposite angles. This part is R1, then we can subtract this full angle I1 and R1 to get D1. By using same method, we can get this angle R2, then this angle also R2 vertically opposite. This full angle is I2, then we can get I2 minus R2 is the angle of deviation. Angle of deviation in this part is this one, D2. Then D2 equals I2 minus R2. Now we can get total deviation D1 plus D2. I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2. And we know that this is a cyclic quadrilateral. Therefore, this exterior angle is equal to the interior opposite angle. And we can consider this small triangle. Exterior angle equals to sum of interior opposite angles. Then this value, sum of this angle A. Then we can write I1 plus I2 minus A is the total deviation. Then part 2, determine the minimum angle of deviation by using the graph. We know that minimum angle of deviation is given by the symmetric way. Symmetric way means I1 should be equal to I2. This full angle is I2. I1 equals I2. Then we can get I1 equals I2 condition by using given graph. We can identify I1, I2 equal position. We have to consider the given graph and we have to draw 45 degrees line, this symmetric line. At this point, I1 equals I2 equals I. I will consider it as I. And we can obtain the value 47 degrees and 30 minutes. 47.5. It means 47 degrees and 30 minutes. We have to obtain this answer by using the graph. Then we can get the minimum deviation. We have to use this equation. At the minimum deviation, I1 equals I2. Therefore, 47 degrees 30 minutes plus again 47 degrees 30 minutes. It means we can multiply by 2. And we have to add prism angle. We have found prism angle 59 degrees and 2 minutes. Then we can simplify it. 2 into 30, 60. 60 means 1 minute, 1 degree. 60 minutes equals to 1 minute, 1 degree. Then we can multiply 2 into 7, 48. Sorry, 14. 4 remaining, 4, 1 remaining. 2 into 4, 8 plus 1, 9. 94 degrees and 1 minute. Therefore, 95 degrees plus 59 degrees and 2 minutes. Sorry, minus. You have to subtract prism angle. Then subtracting this one, we can write this one 94 degrees and 160 minutes. 59 degrees and 2 minutes. 58 minutes. 14 minus 8, 6. 8 minus 5, 3. 36 degrees and 58 minutes. In part 3, calculate the refractive index of the glass that prism is made of. We can use to calculate refractive index the equation of minimum deviation. At the minimum deviation, we can write n equals sin A plus D over 2, capital D is minimum deviation angle, divided by sin A over 2. Now we have to substitute values. Sin A value is 59 degrees and 2 minutes. Minimum deviation 36 degrees and 58 minutes. Divide by 2. Divide by sin A value is 59 degrees and 2 minutes. Divide by 2. Now we have to divide and we have to get sin value. Then we can simplify it. Answer is approximately 1.49. They have given marks for 1.4849, 1.48 to 1.51 values.